Satnam, everybody. Satnam. Satnam. We are Facebook Live. Satnam. Isn't it great to have a camera right in your face when you just don't want it there? Just kidding. I don't want to make my wife mad on that one. I probably already did. But
too late, but
Sundays are going to be no camera. I kind of made that deal with her. It's like no camera on Sundays. It's funny because there's things that I would say to you without the camera on me that I'm not going to say. You know what I mean? So it kind of like puts me sometimes in a little box. I'm sure for some of you who have taught this way can relate, or some of you who do Facebook Lives or are going to put yourself like right out in the public. And it's probably my own personal deal, it's my own thing that I should probably work out at some point, or not.
In other words, you can swear at us when there's no camera.
Actually, I'll swear at you with the camera. That doesn't care. I don't care about that. Yeah, it's more like politics and like sometimes really super personal things, stuff like that. And like I say, it's probably more about me and that thing than anything. But anyways, I'm really glad you're all here. I'm so grateful for Kundalini Yoga. You hear me say that a lot, and I just keep saying it because the more that's going on, it's like I have really great stuff in my life that happens, and when it does, doing Kundalini becomes more challenging. And then I have things that are really shitty that happen in my life and create fear and havoc in my nervous system, and then Kundalini becomes challenging. The reason why it becomes challenging is because I know it's good for me. I know that the moment, the instant that I sit down and I can bring my awareness and my attention into myself and my breathing and my focusing and the movements, that I'm instantly going to feel better. And it's 1,000% of the time right on spot. But it's that human nature part of me that when I get afraid, and right now in my own personal nervous system, I do get afraid. I think it's because a lot of it, from my own personal experiences, I grew up in the 60s, and I remember in the 60s as a child, growing up in the 60s, I was like 10 years old in the late 60s, so I was old enough to remember the Vietnam War protesting and people coming back from Vietnam and just how bad it was and how angry and how protesty, our society became and all that. And so I was a child then in that, and now I'm a grown man, and this is going on again, so it triggers a lot of things in me, And it's really kind of a blessing at the same time, because the things that it's triggering inside of me are, and I'm sure you can relate to this, the things that are getting triggered inside of me are all of those things that I haven't quite worked out yet. I don't quite have closure yet on certain things, on the way that I think or perceive that I feel about what's happening in life. Does that make sense? I just, there are those like undone things. And when they get triggered, it creates this kind of fear because I haven't quite worked it out in where I'm at with all of it yet. And even in doing that, it doesn't mean that I'm just going to become like a peaceful soul, because I'm still always going to have to deal with fear. I'm still always going to have to deal with anxiety. And that's why I'm so grateful for the practice. And that's why I'm so grateful also to be a Kundalini Yoga teacher, because my commitment to teaching the practice puts me in a place providing a service. And the best aspect of that service is I have to show up. And the showing up doesn't care about how afraid I am. The showing up doesn't care about like what just went on 20 minutes before I walked in the door. The showing up doesn't care about like how nervous or afraid I may be in certain aspects of doing what I'm doing, right? So the commitment of being a teacher puts me in a space of growing and expanding and just, you know, becoming more of like, I think, who I'm supposed to be in this life. So, who I'm supposed to be in this life, who I am in this life is, even though I can talk a good talk sometimes, it means nothing until I back it up. Right? Yeah, exactly. So all this talk is great, but if I don't practice right now, I will have more anxiety inside of me. I will have more fear and more worry, almost like I just blew up this huge air balloon with all these things that I'm talking about. And if I don't back it up, I'm in trouble. So, you know, I don't know whether you can relate to that or not, but I think that's why we're here today. So, let's go ahead and practice some Kundalini Yoga.
My wife shamed me into backing up myself today.
Backing up.
In other words, getting here.
Oh, yeah.
Showing up.
Yeah, back it up. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you were online for quite a while. I know we were going back and forth, and then I lost you there.
Yeah.
Did you stay with it, or?
No.
Yeah, so...
Well, I'm glad the camera's here because I can kind of go spot.
Okay. All right. Now, just answer one thing for me. So, as you were doing the videos, and they were helping, they were providing a certain thing within you that I'm assuming made you feel better. Why'd you stop?
I need the physical presence. I had other physical presences that were pulling at.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, well, I was only been doing it like 2 weeks. It's like,
Yeah.
oh God, I found my saving place, and all of a sudden the damn thing was gone. So I'm back.
Yeah, fair enough. So what I just heard you say was your humanness took you away from the practice, even though it was right there in front of you, very convenient for you to watch at any time. Yeah, so the humanness part is super, super powerful. I can't emphasize enough how powerful that is and how much we can underestimate the power of that. All right, let's turn in. Enough talk, because talk is cheap. Now we're going to back it up. Body, mind, and soul. As you're rubbing the hands, take a deep inhale. Exhale, mouth. Feel it already. Inhale deep. And exhale, mouth. One more time. Spread the fingers. Thumbs to the sternum. You can feel how once you double click on that icon of backing up, it kicks in right away. Once you double click, it immediately opens. And it shows you through a feeling as your eyes are closed. It gives you that feeling, that sense of, okay, it's not so bad. It's all going to work out. I've never had it so good. Inhale to tune in. Inhale deep. Exhale the breath. Just stay in the posture, but just stay relaxed. Now you can feel the difference between just taking the inhales and the exhales versus using the sound of your voice and having the crown of your head stimulated, vibrated through the sound current of your own voice, and how that directly affects your nervous system, once again telling you at a little different level, it's all okay. It feels good to use the power of my voice to speak my truth. Inhale to tune in for protection mantra. Ad Gurudev Name, Jugad Gurudev Name, Sad Gurudev Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Ad Gurudev Name, Jugad Gurudev Name, Sad Gurudev Name, Sri Gurudev. Time as you hold, put a little more pressure in the palms of your hands, just slightly. Take that gaze at the spiritual eye center and project out. Open infinity up a little bit more. Look into infinity. Link and connect with your destiny. And exhale the breath. And just relax your hands down. So whenever I'm teaching and I do the protection mantra, I had a shift and a change in the way that I say it and pronounce it. So it's Ad Gurudev Name, and when you do it and you say the me, it's not me, it's me. And the best way to remember, so this is all kind of science-based sound current and vibrations to the brain. So when you say met, you press your lips together. Met. So it's Ad Gurudev Name, Jugad Gurudev Name, Sad Gurudev Name, Sri Gurudev Name. And you get like this, I get this little kind of tingling numbness in my lips, which I know is having some kind of a physiological effect that I wouldn't get with just doing it in May, okay? And I don't even have to understand all of it, you know?
Well, it's also, I mean, the minute things, setting up a minute with the slanting of the thing, not really slanting, but really,
Absolutely. Every aspect of it. Like whenever you're doing chanting and you're doing the Waheguru, if you overemphasize and overpronunciate the Waheguru and use your mouth, like Waheguru, Waheguru, it has a whole nother effect and relationship to your brain. And in return, the brain, whenever the brain has an effect, whenever the brain gets affected, it only has one thing to do. It only knows one thing: send down information, send down a vibration or a feeling. A lot of times it's the serotonin that we're lacking, that we can just get from the brain. A lot of that serotonin can come from holding your arms up for a certain amount of time when it gets really, really hard. Because the signals that get sent to the brain then are, how do I do this? I feel weak. I'm not sure if I can make it. And the brain in return takes that response and sends down a feeling if you stay with it, and it says, I've got this. A little bit of serotonin added into the pain of what you're feeling in your shoulders, all of a sudden you get through it. You wonder, oh my God, how did I do that? It's from the brain. The brain is so powerful. Okay, let's do some warm-ups. We'll get right into this Kriya. The Kriya is releasing the navel energy in the pink book from Buddha Ratana, her pink book here, releasing navel energy. So, see, I wouldn't have done that if I was with you. Here's the book. I'm a commercial, right? All right, we've been sitting. Let's get these legs moving. Roll over, turn your toes under, and let's just stand up. Let's just go through some nice kind of easy movements and just get these legs warmed up a little bit and just shake everything out. I want to give a shout out to the students in the room today that are going through the teacher training. I know Susan is and Kaylee is, both going through the teacher training. And we're getting close, so I imagine you're like, I'm in every class now. Yeah, so that's great advice. It's like if you're going through that kind of an environment, you want to submerge yourself into as much Kundalini as you possibly can. That way it's not as shocking on your system. Okay, let's, so many options. Let's do some frogs. We'll start with 26. Just nice and easy, get ourselves going nice and easy today. We'll kind of get it going kind of slow. We'll start here. Sit, nam, sit, nam, sit, nam, sit, nam, sit. Treat it like a warm-up. Sit, nam, 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 sit, nam. 6 more. Sit, nam, sit, nam, sit, nam, sit, nam, sit, nam, sit, nam. Last one. Sit, nam. Roll it up. Shake it out. As a teacher, when I'm going through my warm-ups, I like to think about, depending on what the Kriya looks like and the postures the Kriya has us in, I like to think about where a lot of my negativity, fear, anxiety is hiding within my body. Because most of the time, it'll be hiding in places that it knows I'm not necessarily going to get to. So as I'm going through my warm-ups, I kind of like to pick out, like, okay, let's make sure I do this because I want to move this aspect of myself and breathe and make sure that at least I can release some kind of an energy field within that. So let's go ahead and do Kundalini chair pose. Now stay within yourself if you haven't been for a while. Take breaks if you need to. We're going to go 2 minutes. Breath of fire, begin. Doesn't have to be this incredibly glamorous thing. It doesn't have to be incredibly hard. It doesn't have to be incredibly easy. Just have an experience with whatever it is to you. It's just Kundalini chair pose. But it has so much to offer you in feedback from your bones that have been here forever. They've been through everything before. Lots and lots of times. Stay with it, last minute. Doing a great job. Stay with it, 30 seconds. Stay with it, 15 seconds. Inhale deep. Exhale, straighten your legs. Go into a forward fold. Let your head drop. Let your arms hang. Move your hips slightly from side to side. Sometimes when I just move my hips a little bit, I'll feel that place that I'm looking for. That a lot of my energy will find that place where it can feel safe because it knows it's not going to be, it doesn't have to be released. All right, just toe your way back in and have a seat. How's everyone today? You guys alright? Everyone okay?
Super glad to be here, dude.
Good. I'm really glad to be here too myself.
It's nice to be out of the cocoon.
In the cold shower effect, they'll jump in the ocean. 59 degrees right now. Drop back.
That's colder than the shower, I'm sure. The shower's like warm right now. Has anyone noticed the cold shower? It's warm. Yeah. All right, so now I want you to, and by the way, the goal, you talked about the cocoon, so the goal is for this to be the cocoon. And I don't mean like you have to be here. The cocoon is the feeling that you get where you feel safe and secure and you feel empowered. That's the cocoon. And you want to be able to find that where you live. And that's the most important thing there is. You have to have that cocoon right where you live. You have to, that's why, discipline really is our best friend. Because if we had the discipline to go and have the cocoon instead of freaking out, or instead of making the wrong decisions, or getting our nervous system in a state of like emergency all the time, if we just had, that's why discipline is our best friend. Discipline is the best possible thing for us to have the best chance to live a good life. It's discipline. It's beautiful discipline. A lot of people, when they hear the word discipline, they think, psh, psh. And it's like, for me, it's like that because I need that. I'm not going to get to discipline with the violins. I'm going to get to discipline through pain. I'm going to get to discipline through suffering. But the more that I do that, the sooner I'll start to hear the violins. And I'll be able to relate in that way. Does that make sense? Is that a yes or a no? All right. Now, I want you to bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Super, super concentrated here. You have to really get to your subtleness. Close your eyes gently. And I want you to start to breathe very slowly, very calmly, and I want you to decide which nostril is stronger for the air coming in. And whichever nostril that is, I want you to focus your attention and your energy on the exhale going out slowly through the other nostril that was more restricting as far as air coming in. And I want you to stay with that, focusing on the more freely breathing nostril coming in and exhaling out the more restricted nostril going out. Concentrate. You have to really relax into it. Even allow, I find the more my stomach can become relaxed, just have the courage to just allow anything that's getting in your way that might be stacked up against you being fully present in this moment, in this breath, in this posture. Just one thing at a time. Allow it to just be released and dissolved. Each breath just bringing you closer. Allow yourself to make that reconnection of just being best friends with yourself, being soulmates with your own soul. All right, now with your fingers interlaced, I want you to take your fingers straight up so your palms are pointing straight up. Lock the elbows and reach through your shoulders. And I want you to take a deep inhale breath. Now hold that breath. And really push, 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 hold the breath. Now exhale. Hold the posture. Now inhale. Exhale. Inhale deep. Hold. Press. Concentrate, spiritual eye. Keep holding 10 more seconds. Press, 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 press. Exhale, release. Arms come down. Eyes closed gently. Sit in that posture. Let everything become one as we just sit. Whatever noises are going on around us, whatever sounds might be heard through our ears, just become one. Allow that feeling of reality and truth of that we've never had it so good. Right here, right now, in this moment, in this climate. Any possible happenings that are going on within our planet, within our country, within our lives, is a gift that we get to experience. It's here to provide a balance. All right, bring your fingertips to the shoulders, elbows up 90 degrees, and I want you to start inhaling very deep. Once again, projecting spiritual eye center. Don't let the elbows drop. Keep them parallel to the ground. Give yourself permission to expand and extend your concentration level. Balance out all the neuroticness. Through the subtlety of the stillness, quietness, concentration. Take back your life. See if you can just begin to actually comprehend that breath is life. We don't have any more time to be able to not focus and waste breath. Breath has always been here to teach us, to guide us, to show us. Physiological psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Stay seated nice and tall. Posture dictates the experience. Inhale deep. Hold. Exhale, release the posture. Just sit. Once again, just continue to take back all of those moments in time and space that you've been willing to give up through breath. Turning the tables this morning on having this incredible love affair with being a human being and the journey and the footsteps that the human being has to take, needs to take, going through all experiences to get to this moment. Interlace your fingers, come into rock pose. If rock pose is hard for you, sitting on your heels, then I want you to stay. Stay right and seated. Interlace the fingers, Jupiter fingers up. Brad, Roger, and Lance and myself will have right thumb over left. Girls, left thumb over right. Arms come up. Now, as you're sitting here, I want you to energetically make some energy between your thighs. Feel the energy between your thighs and let that energy come up and support you in the navel. Close your eyes gently, drop the chin slightly. Sit. No. 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 Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Inhale deep. Now squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze everything. Bring all the energy up. Feel it coming out through that Jupiter finger. Hold, squeeze, hold, squeeze. Exhale. Release the posture. Let your hands come down. Take a moment to sit. Thumb and forefinger just touch gently. Take it back today. Take it back. Take back all that you've given freely, unknowingly or knowingly. Take it all back, balance it all out. Allow the technology to just work on you, work on your psyche, taking you all the way back through childhood, fixing and repairing. Go ahead onto your back. All right, now that you're on your back, I want you to bring your heels together, feet together, point your toes away. Bring your arms alongside of you with your palms facing your body. Take your navel and press and bring your navel in toward your spine. At the same time, I want you to lift your chin up. Pull that navel into your spinal cord. Bring the legs up 6 inches, arms 6 inches. Long, deep breathing. Nice, long, deep breath here. Now fix your eyes on your toes. Keep holding. Now inhale deep. Hold the breath. Keep fixating on the toes. Now, hold the posture. Exhale the breath. Inhale the breath. Keep the eyes fixed on the toes. Hold the breath. Hold. Hold the posture. Exhale. Inhale. Now hold the posture and laugh. whether you were laughing or crying. Great job. Now, relax completely. Won't be hard. Every organ and muscle in your body right now should be relaxed. Once again, the technology used in Kundalini Yoga with the sound current of your voice can add a whole nother physiological experience to whatever it is that you're doing, that being a perfect example. Mentally, take yourself right now underneath your navel point and allow your mental body out of the navel up about 3 to 5 feet, right up above your physical body, and just float around there. Just float around. Just allow your mental body to float around, concentrate, relax at the same time. This is your time, your space, your life. Never had it so good. All right, start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Wrists and your ankles. And mentally chant as you hear this mantra, I've never had it so good. Just keep that in your head. I've never had it so good. You know why? Because it's the truth. We are all about truth. With all that's going on, no matter what it is. I've never had it so good. Stretch your arms over your head. Bend your knees, hug your knees to your chest. Pull the left knee in deep, release the right leg out. Inhale deep, exhale over. I've never had it so good. I've never had... Now I love the camera. Now my attitude's gone. All right, come back to center. Switch the legs. Inhale, exhale, roll on over. I've never had it so good. Come back to center. Hug your knees to your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees. Don't cross your ankles. Inhale deep. Bring your nose to touch your knees. Hold your breath. Revitalize, recharge, recalculate, re-energize your system. Exhale your breath. Rub the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands together at the same time. Bring your hands to your knees. Inhale forward. Exhale back a few times. Bring yourself to standing. Shake your body out. Wake yourself up completely. All right. Arms come over your head. We're gonna bounce. Here we go. I've never had it so good. I've never had it so good. Last time. I've never had it so good. Shake it out. Good job. Now stay standing. And because we can't go around and high five, or we're not going to. We could, but we choose not to. There's a difference. Mommy, may I, right? What's what we're going to do? You're going to start with one person in the room, and you're going to make eye contact with that person, and you're going to chant, looking into their eyes, what we're chanting. Each person, start. I've never had it so good. Then switch. I've never had it so good. I've never had it so good. We'll figure it out. I've never had it so good. I've never had it so good. Good job, you guys. Thanks for being open to everything. Sit comfortably. Very comfortably. Hands in Gyan Mudra. As you're sitting up in easy pose with your hands on Gyan Mudra, gently pull your navel in and go deep within and explore yourself. And ask yourself about this incredibly beautiful, magnificent, infinity-based machine. How intricately it is designed. Go through every organ and cell. From the soles of your feet to the crown of your head, just make your way intricately through your system. Don't leave anything out. Don't miss any aspect of you. And then in a very sweet way, I want you to chant this mantra. That next inhale breath, remind yourself you've never had it so good. Everything's going to be okay. Blessing of the air just touching your skin. We are men and women of God.
We are men and women of God.
May we recognize it.
May we recognize it.
We are men and women of this universe.
We are men and women of this universe.
May we deal with it in the light of God.
May we deal with it in the light of God.
We are men and women to be men and women.
We are men and women to be men and women.
May we feel the pride of it and be in grace.
May we feel the pride of it and be in grace.
We are men and women of success.
We are men and women of success.
May we accomplish it.
May we accomplish it.
We are men and women of self, light, and respect.
We are men and women of self-light and respect.
May we understand it.
May we understand it.
We are men and women of merits.
We are men and women of merits.
May our virtues be known.
May our virtues be known.
We are men and women of knowledge.
We are men and women of knowledge.
May our compassion be known.
May our compassion be known.
We are men and women of absolute determination.
We are men and women of absolute determination.
May our kindness be known.
May our kindness be known.
We are men and women whom the world, the earth, and the universe may be very proud of.
We are men and women whom the world, the earth, and the universe may be very proud of.
May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Comes to the spiritual eye. Sat Nam. Thank you guys. Thank you. That was awesome. We had a lot of fun today. We'll shut this off now. Thank you everybody, Susie and Janet.